Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I thought I already had myself put up in here, but apparently not. My laptop is glitching, so I hope it doesn't come out to you guys. Welcome in, Gary. Uh, just stopped in, say hi to friends now. Might get home while. All right. Thanks, Gary. Darren, welcome. First time to see you here in the morning. It's bright and early for you. Off to work. Okay. Have a good day. Dave and Kathy, welcome in. I gotta improve the size of things here. I can't see. Oh my God. All right, reading here. Darren says he's off to work. And Gary just popped in to say hi. Might get home while you're still online. Okay. Hope to see you back, Gary. And good morning to you guys, Dave and Kathy. Nice to see you here. Timmy Stories and Vlogs. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. 58 degrees north. How you doing? The age, Dave, what are we referring to? Because I definitely have some age going on. Apparently just a little less than you. Loud and clear. Okay, thanks, Gary. Never know. Timmy, you want to come up and sing? We don't have anybody to interview today. So we're just gonna do some singing. I'm gonna put the link up here right now. And anybody that wants to come up, Hazy Cheesy, welcome in. My love, good morning. Good evening to you. Okay, I pinned it. All right. Well, today has been, I mean, it's early, bright and early for me. It's just 5 a.m., but I've been up already for almost 2 hours trying to catch up on stuff. Oh, you're not going to sing, Dave? I really kind of thought I might get you in here to sing for a change. Krubby the Beagle, nice to see you here. Right now, just kind of looking over the chats that are coming in. I'd like to start out by thanking Chris, Nomad Global Productions, for signing up as a team member. Appreciate it very much. And also for his super chat. He's on the plane heading back to Australia right now. Good evening, Brother ET. Welcome in. And also for Novice Solano Official for renewing her membership. Appreciated much. Okay, I don't have translators, so I don't know who that one is. But I made you a moderator so you can let me translate it so I can see what the name is. Angel and Her Mother's Diaries. Okay. That's a cute name. Okay, everybody. Nightbot is active here, I see. So if you want to get your link out there, just type love and Nightbot will handle the rest. And my two super moderators are in the house, ET and Jai. Thanks for being here, ET. My love, if you want to come up, the link is there. Jai, if you can tell him that in Thai. We can communicate through Jai typing to my love because my love is in Thailand. He sings in English, but he doesn't speak English. Now, there's a song they're trying to get me to learn that's Thai that I've been trying, and I can get through part of it because it's real repetitious. It's easy. but then you get to the second verse part of it, and I get tongue tied. I can't say anything, but I'll keep trying. I keep trying for our Thai friends. I'll try to learn it. Timmy, come up. Yeah, songs can break the language barrier for sure, Timmy. That's true. Yeah, and my love does him pretty good too. You can't really tell he doesn't speak English. He says the words pretty clearly, generally. Yeah, over the last week, me and Jai had a long road trip. We went back to Lake Mead again. Oh, you're having dinner now. Okay, Timmy. Yeah, we made a drive back to Lake Mead to try to keep everybody informed what's going on there. And um, I missed some stuff on YouTube during the week. I mean, and with 2 days traveling around. How you doing, Andy? Nice to see you here. Yeah, 2 days traveling around, and when you get to Lake Mead, it's huge. So it takes a lot of time to drive from one spot to another, trying to work our way around it. But anyhow, the first video I did, I thought would have did better than it did. It didn't really take off too good, but I actually used my drone in the video this time and showed comparisons where the water should have been, because with the drone it gives you the accurate elevations. You know exactly where you're at. Oh, we got a guest that's coming to come in and visit with me for a minute. Welcome in, Dave and Kathy. And it gives you the accurate.
Hey, Bobby.
How you doing, Dave?
Good. How you doing? How's
I'm
Jai?
good. Jai is in the other room just being the moderator, but she's on.
Yeah, yeah. I saw her in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice to see you come up here and say hi to everybody. Everybody, welcome Dave and Kathy. And if you're not already a subscriber of theirs, please do connect with them. And um, didn't you say you've already met your watch hours? Is that right?
We have. We're actually already monetized, and we made our first $1.47 last week.
Oh my God, you're banking it in pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We were. I was expecting maybe a Big Mac meal every couple of months. But it looks like we might get there in a couple of weeks.
oh, I wouldn't hold your breath, because those are estimated earnings, and generally your estimating earnings don't match what the check is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how the money comes out, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's not going to be that much. When it gets to be a decent amount, then we'll worry about it.
Yeah, well, that's going to take a while.
Yeah,
How you
yeah.
doing, Nanette? Welcome in. Simply Nanette in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for a long time it took us 3 or 4 months just to make the $100 to get an actual check.
Yeah, yeah. Is that how they pay you, by check?
No,
Yeah,
it's
they deposit it.
deposited, auto deposit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
I
good.
call it.
It's been fun. It's been like a year and a half since we started. And just recently, with a lot of help from friends like you and some of the other folks that are, probably going to come in a little bit later. We finally achieved where we needed to be.
Yeah, good for you guys. Chris, Novak Global Productions is coming our way from 39,000 feet elevation. He's on a flight heading home. I'm surprised you could get out. Thank you very much, Chris, for the super chat. Appreciate it. And thanks for joining our channel. Babes in Toyland, welcome in. Yeah, I'm thinking the weather's going to change pretty drastically for Babes. She's up in, I believe it's Nova Scotia. And I see exploring with Drew, his trees are already starting to turn. So winter is already starting to creep in on some of the more northern
they're
countries.
starting up here too, in the Illinois area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a little bit, you know, but they're starting.
Thanks for the Tanzac, Annalyn. Welcome in. So you don't have a song in your repertoire that you could sing? Maybe one that you and Kathy duet?
We actually don't, you know. I mean, I went to these karaoke channels, you know, and tried, you know, we're not singers. Can you sing?
Oh, that's what she thinks about
I
that.
got her up a little earlier today.
Yeah, it's early for her, right? She doesn't
Yeah,
normally get up this early.
yeah. She usually it's like 7:10 here in Illinois, and and she probably usually would sleep till 8:30, quarter to nine, somewhere in that area.
Welcome in, Brock. Nice to see you here. Brock travels in the house. Yeah, so I see you've got your beautiful artwork behind you there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change it because we're changing our name.
That's
Uh,
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Pretty eventually, we're going to just be the traveling tramps. I left the Dave and Hyde or Dave and Kathy to avoid confusion to start with, you know. So when we comment on somebody, they'd know who we are, you know. But
Yeah.
probably by next week, it'll just switch to just traveling tramps, you know.
Well, I think I may be totally wrong on this, but I think I've been hearing from other YouTube channels that as soon as we move to Thailand, actually previous to that, I have to switch the channel over to Jai as being the owner, not me. Otherwise, I have to have a work permit in Thailand if since we're
Really?
monetized.
Yeah,
I believe so. I think that's what I heard him say, and I may be all wet, but Brock is in the chat. He may know that answer as well as Andy. Um, but I don't make enough money. I don't know if there's a minimum on how much you make before you have to have a work permit, but you know, it's all in the hopes that someday maybe things will pick up some
yeah,
because I was quite shocked that I gained like 1,500 subscribers in the last I don't know month or month and a half.
yeah. You've been jumping with those Lake Mead and the Hoover Dam videos, though, dropping water levels.
Yeah,
I've been seeing the amount of views you're getting on a lot of them, and just amazing.
it's been extremely helpful, and I'll tell you, I joined up with this team uh, probably about a year ago or close to it. That I mean, they preach heavily about in the beginning, the first 30 seconds of your video, you need to ask people because they're not thinking about it. You need to ask them, please, if this is interesting to you, reach down and mash the like and subscribe button. It helps us dearly and it costs you nothing.
Yeah, yeah, and
And I think that's been working.
yeah, that's something we don't do as of right now, you know, and we probably should be doing
You
it. You
should be, yeah.
We did
Automatically, you should do it.
in the very beginning when we started the channel, but then I got away from it, and I don't know
Same
why.
here. Same here, because we get into bad habits. You get out, you get somewhere, and I'm horrible about it because generally I don't even make a plan. I just get in the truck and we go. And when we get there, then say, "Oh, that's a cool place. Let's do a video here."
Yeah, yeah,
So there's no preparation, nothing planned. Don't think it over at all. And I'm surprised I got the views I have over the last couple of years.
yeah,
Now I'm trying to actually research what I'm gonna do. I mean, this especially dealing with the dam stuff because that was my trade. I retired from that. I that was my career.
yeah, yeah,
So, um, I have access to some things still that the general public doesn't have access to, information that I can get, and it's factual stuff, but, it's not something you can verify.
okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we don't do any research either, you know. In fact, when we get to an area, because we're predominantly traveling and quite often seeing new things, you know, and I go out and I read the signs a little bit first, so I know what I'm talking about. And I still don't. We don't have a
Yeah.
script or anything. We just turn the camera on, and then I start stuttering, and we get on with the tape.
Welcome in, Chris Kelly. Welcome. And Brock, you're right. I'm the same way. I fully intend to hit the thumbs up for everybody as soon as I get into their chat or their video. But occasionally I forget to, and every once in a while, like when I'm on some other person's live streams, even in the chat, somebody will say something about hitting the thumbs up, and oh crap, I forgot to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easy to forget. And I'll tell you, a lot of times, even when we were driving to certain areas, Jai will be Googling in the passenger seat, she'll be reading stuff to me and telling me stuff. So at least when we get there, I have a little bit of information about it because she read it to me as we're driving to it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to the next level right now. I'm actually printing out information about places we're going to go and things I want to know about it. So I have something to talk about when I get there. Welcome in, Sammy baby. Nice to see you here.
Hey, Sam.
So this turned out to be a very impromptu interview with Dave and Kathy. I want you to tell me a little bit about you guys, Dave.
Well, we're retired. We're in our 70s, early 70s. Well, early towards mid, and I've been retired. I retired about 5 years ago. Kathy actually has Alzheimer's disease, and she retired what is going on about 10 years ago now. It's been a while. Yeah, we both worked in the healthcare field, and then I continued working for another, I don't know, 5 years, up until I was 68, and then I hung it up too. We started traveling, and we had always been watching YouTube videos, travel videos, because that was what we like to watch on TV. We don't watch a lot of TV other than the Packers games every weekend, but and that's going to be a little bit harder here in Illinois. So far, I've gotten them all, but I'm going to have to probably subscribe to something else so I can always watch the Packer games, because I don't want to miss them. But yeah, we never envisioned actually having a channel up here. And then about a year and a half ago, I said, well, we're going to some of these nice places. Why don't we throw our name in it? And we've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. It's a learning process.
Just a second. I want everybody to notice that Chris Globad Noble Productions gifted membership to somebody. Just to notice that. All right.
So yeah, we've been traveling. We're basically on the road about 7 months out of the year. We're leaving again. It's almost early October now, and we're leaving again the first week in November, and actually heading down to the area that the hurricane just came up through for a few weeks. Kathy has a lot of family down there, the siblings, and they all came out well. None of them were in the direct path in the Fort Myers, Naples area. But, so they all came out well. And so we're going to spend a few weeks with family. There's going to be a family reunion with your 5 brothers and sisters. There's a total of 6 of them in the family, and in the Clearwater area. And then we're going to get over to where the other brothers and sisters live over on the East Coast. And everybody knows we like to, well, you don't know. We love Arizona. That's where we're heading eventually, and everybody knows that, if you're familiar with the U.S. geography, Florida's right on the way to Arizona. So we're going to do the entire length of Interstate 10 then to get out into Arizona for the winter. And then we're heading up towards your way. So we're going to actually do the entire length of Interstate 10, and we're going to come up in March to California, to Pinga Canyon is where we rented a place, and then coming home after 2, 3. Well, we're not time constrained, so however long, we've only rented the place in Topanga Canyon for a couple of weeks, and then we're going to do the entire Route 66 back. That was our first trip that we took when I retired, because it was always on my bucket list. And but that was before we were filming a lot of video. So we're going to go in reverse. We're going to start out by the Santa Monica Pier and then head in reverse this time back into the Illinois area. Probably won't go all the way into Chicago. It does pass.
Well, maybe we can meet up then when you're in the neighborhood,
Well,
because
I was wondering about that, but then you've been saying you're moving to Thailand, and then
yeah, but not that quick. We're not going to be moving to Thailand till probably middle of next year at best.
okay, yeah, you're very close actually in Rancho Cucamonga, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
But we've been through that area uh, several times, on different trips, and Route 66 is actually running pretty close to there.
Route 66 is literally 2 blocks from my house.
Yeah, yeah,
I did a video on this little gas station that I can hit my driver a golf ball to that gas station from my house.
yeah. So we passed right past you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago, but we went right by. We're going to go right by again this coming, probably mid to late March.
Okay, I want to address a couple of things real quick here. Brock
Mhm.
dropped a link that is one that you definitely need to connect to. It is Richard Travels. He does interviews on different channels, and he's a really good guy. And he's been kind of out of the scene, I think, for about a year now.
Okay.
But Saturday he's having his first live stream again. He's firing back up again. So grab that link if you can. And Brock has dropped it. So everybody, if you can, please join and watch Richard's first stream coming up again Saturday morning, uh, American time.
Yeah, we'll certainly watch it. We're not bright enough when I'm on right here now on the StreamYard. I still have your video up behind me, but we'll get over there and check it out. I hate to, if I go over there, I don't know if I disappear from the chat or not.
Well, Yank Philippines is here. Tony, welcome in. There was something else. Oh, Brock said that he's leaving for Thailand in about 4 weeks now. I'm so jealous of him. He keeps bragging about it. I guess it wouldn't be bragging about it. He's just letting everybody know. To me, that's bragging about it, Brock. We haven't been back to Thailand since COVID started, so we're almost at 3 years now.
Yeah. Thailand's beautiful. I've seen it. We've actually talked about it in the last few years in the Chiang Mai area to go and spend a winter sometime.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a little tougher now than it was back when it was pre-COVID
Yeah.
when we were talking about it, and I think it gets pretty crowded, and
Hi, Athena. Has the progression got worse? Obviously worse.
yeah. I mean, realistically, 10 years ago, um, this is when it first became, noticeable. And Kathy couldn't find her way back home one day. She had driven, she was still driving back then. She had driven just over to the Office Max a couple of miles away, and from where we were living then. And she got lost on the way back home. She couldn't
Yeah.
find her way back home. And we had lived in that house at that time over
Welcome
20.
in, Judy.
Yeah.
So,
And but we right away started treatment for it. We went to the family physician, and immediately they'll refer you to a neurologist. But she actually started the Aricept therapy immediately, um, and and it slows the progression down, but you never stop it.
Yeah.
It will continue, and I think it's a little worse now than. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah, you're feeling good though. You're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you, that's I don't know which of us found each other, but I know the first day I watched your very first video, and I was hooked to you because of your kindness and the heart that you have towards Kathy, and your attempt to try to bring back her past memories, see if she recognizes the things, and I just think it's a great thing you've been doing, and thank God you've got the ability to get out and do what you're doing with her.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bobby. And you recognize things when we go and visit and places you've been, like the Desert Museum.
Yeah.
And she's going to recognize her brothers and sisters when we're down there in Florida here in another month and a half. Yeah, it's still good. Life's good. We're going to continue traveling as long as we can.
Yeah. And you're still going to continue taking your mom along too?
That's another story. Everything we've rented for this winter has at least one extra bedroom in it. And she was certainly welcome to join us again. She's on her own deciding that she may not be up for it anymore.
Yeah.
Now we're going to give it time. Like I say, everything we've rented has an extra bedroom in it. So and there's several bathrooms. So we hope she changes her mind and comes, and we'll have to see. She lives up in northern Wisconsin, so I'm still about 400 miles away from her here.
Oh, wow.
That's my hometown, is up in the northern Wisconsin, right on Lake Superior.
Yeah.
And she still lives there. And once the cold winds start blowing, she may reevaluate and decide to come along again. So it's up in the air, but as of now, she says it's getting to be too much. She's 95 now. In fact, she just turned 96. Still in good health. I mean, how many people in their 70s can say their mother still scolds them? And
I know, my God, your mom's still walking around out there with you guys too.
she is. In some of the videos that are coming up now, she's going to not be doing as much walking with us as she has been, because this last winter and into the spring, because we did an entire series down in Florida again that'll be coming up after the Arizona ones. She started doing less walking with us, and her legs were bothering her a little bit, so. She's still in the videos. It's just that she won't be necessarily walking around with us anymore, or as much. I think she's still.
Welcome in Judy Fisher, and Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. Welcome as well. Everybody, if you're not already connected to Dave and Kathy, please do. If you can, Dave, can you type love in the chat?
Yes.
So they'll see your link will pop up. Yeah, everybody just remember, type love in the chat and Nightbot will drop your link. Yenny, Chris is saying hi to you from 39,000 feet in the sky.
Did that bring it up, Bobby?
Soy Mafia, welcome in. I see Jai dropped your link already.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. I'm trying to flip. This is funny. This is only the second live I've ever done with somebody. I did it with the Brit Girls a while back ago too, but just the going back and forth between them, it's just confusing to an old man.
Well, I have 3 screens here, so
Yeah.
this old man's got at least choices to pick from one or the other.
Yeah.
It took me about, I think, 3 or 4 months of doing live streams to figure out that you can change the color of your pointer, because I was getting it lost in between screens trying to scroll. I'd lose the pointer and not know where it was. So somebody told me, all you got to do is go into settings. You can change the color. Now I made it green and about 3 times as big, so I can find it easy now.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually, I should have had one of the other laptops up too. I'm not bright enough.
Oh my goodness, I lost a little bit of track on the chat. It's kind of hard because I hate to butt into you when you're talking.
No.
Anyhow, one of the things you mentioned that it didn't dawn on me until you mentioned it. The restroom ideas when you're traveling.
That's something that's I think becoming more common as you're on freeways. But I don't try to stay on the freeways very much, is family restrooms. That's important for people that are in a situation like us where it's good to have a family bathroom that you can go in and use, and then I can be with her at the same time. Otherwise, it may not happen, or and also we can get things cleaned up if we need to.
Right.
That's like probably the single most thing. But Kathy will go to the bathroom if I'm there to encourage her.
Yeah.
So if we can stop when we're traveling every hour and a half to be able to do that. So often they have men's bathrooms and women's bathrooms, but unless they're just single bathroom type things, like if there's different stalls and stuff like that, I can't go into the women's, she can't go into the men's. So we can't take care of that business, and it's and that's probably the most difficult thing we have on the traveling, and that's why I've shortened the days too of our driving time down. I mean, there was a time, I would drive, 24 hours basically nonstop to get down into Florida when the boys were young. And we can't do things like that anymore.
Yeah.
Not only because I'm not up to driving 24 hours straight anymore either, but we try to hold it down to where, because if we can't find these types of bathrooms, then we either have to do it out in a park somewhere, the changing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're in a busy area, that makes it that difficult too. So we shorten the lengths of the drives now down to about 6 hours of driving time.
So many people in your situation would give up and just stay home, not try to go out and do anything. It's great that you do that.
Yeah, we love to travel. Kathy, you love traveling.
Yes.
You like seeing the new places and places we've seen before too, But yeah, we're going to keep that up as long as possible. I mean, indefinitely. Like I say, we're going to start. We'll probably be on the road a total of 5 months. This upcoming, in another month, and then we'll see what next summer brings. We just returned from Canada. We're up in Canada for a few weeks. My brother joined us, who actually has some good camera equipment. So when the videos from Canada come out, we're going to be a little bit more high definition, and a lot of zooming in on some of the animals that we saw up there, and the birds and stuff like that.
Welcome in, Brett and Sis Verna. Nice to see you here. Hopefully everybody is already connected with Dave and Kathy. If you support them, please. And by all means, maybe watch one or two of their newer ones, but try to catch up from the beginning, from the very first video. It'll teach you the man, the legend.
Yeah, far from a legend.
Welcome back, Aspie93.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would definitely be difficult. I think I may find myself being that guy that would say it's just too hard. I just can't do it. I mean, because you're not young too. It's hard for you.
I still feel young though. I mean, I've got the normal aches and pains, but I'd miss not being able to travel too. I mean,
Welcome, yes.
and definitely even when we reach the point that we don't do a lot of other traveling, I think we're still going to winter in Arizona because we just love it there too much. In fact, I'd even consider moving there and living there. The whole reason we moved to Peoria, where we are now, because we just did that this summer, because we're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, because you couldn't keep up with yard work when you're not home.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, when you come back from a 5-month trip, through the winter and stuff, and then you look at the yard when you get there, and it's like, oh, and this year, it took me probably about a week just to get it, because to put the house up on the market, you want it to look good, and so I went out there, and it was a week's worth of work just to get it back up to being presentable again, and yeah, that's one of the reasons. But the other reason is our boys. We have 2 sons. One lives in New Hampshire, and one lives in Peoria, Illinois. That's where their work lives brought them, and they were thinking that it'd be good for us to be in a place a little bit closer to them. And I had been thinking about that too, because I mean, something could happen to me, and I'd want Kathy somewhere close to where one of them are. So one of our sons lived in Peoria, so we moved down here. I mean, it's a beautiful city, and it's right on the Illinois River. We're not right on the river. We're in a condo 6 blocks away from the river, but we can walk over there real easy, and it's got a scenic river walk and stuff like that. But it was to be closer to one of our sons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see in the chat, Brock put down that he can only make it about 2 hours and he's got to stop and water the bushes. I probably am somewhat in that neighborhood. So I got to the point to where I carry a hospital urinal with me in the pickup.
Yeah.
Because I usually have to go more often than Jai does.
Yeah.
So I can just use the urinal bottle as I'm driving down the road. No big deal. But I find that, her being an RN, she's pushy about me drinking. You got to have 6 or 7 bottles of water a day. And she just pushing. Well, the more you put in, it's got to come out. And I'm driving for 18 to 20 hours trying to make it to God forbid why I got to get there so fast. I don't know, but
yeah.
We've done that it makes it hard.
When our
So
boys
the
were
question
young.
was, do you kind of push towards keeping up with drinking enough liquids while you're traveling too, even though it's going to make you have to go?
We do. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
we do, because it is important. It is really good for you to get enough water in your system. I tend to drink coffee in the morning when I first get up, and that's when I have to go to the bathroom repeatedly,
Yeah.
But we take plenty of breaks. So, but we have used the urinals when the boys were young. And I remember being in a traffic jam in Nashville, and we literally backed up for hours. And I'm like, I gotta go, I gotta go. And that urinal, and it was the hospital urinal that we always had too. And they were mainly for the boys, but I distinctly remember that time where I was like, well, right in the middle of a traffic jam, there's people 3 feet from me, each direction, but I'm doing it.
Thank you very much again, Chris. Much appreciated for the super chat. He can't see the stream. He can only chat, and he's sharing with a blessing to us. And he's only got 14 hours to go. He's almost there. Gonna take an old man nap now.
We like to do that in the afternoons too.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Jai will come home from work. What'd you get done today? Well, I was on 4 people's live streams, and I was answering comments, and I got my old man nap in, and
yeah. And if I don't get that nap, then the recliner works well too, right? By the late afternoon, I'm like, what video am I watching?
Oh yeah, Andy, I could probably, because I will not drink something when I know I'm getting on the plane. I intentionally don't. So I can probably go 8 or 9 hours without hitting the restroom too. But flying to Thailand, that's my resting spot. I go back there and stand by the toilet and pretend I'm in line and go in there and tinkle and stretch my legs before I go back and sit down again. Because I mean, you're an entire day flying to Thailand, the entire 24 hours.
I've made those flights years ago, probably right before you, Bobby. But those are some long flights and some difficult flights heading there, but big party coming back.
You're right, Brock. That's another thing about getting old is I usually will wait until you wait till the last second. Then I go back there and there's a friggin' line, and I got no time to wait anymore. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Yeah. Welcome in, MJ. Nice to see you here. The young folks got it easy. I didn't realize till I got old.
Yeah. We're
So
still young.
you're leaving November 1st.
Right in that area. I actually have doctor's appointments because at our age, the doctors want to see you and poke and prod a little bit before you do anything, But yeah, we're leaving probably about the 5th or the 6th, somewhere in that area. And for me, the VA, which is where I go through for the annual appointment and stuff like that. I have Medicare and a supplemental plan too, but the VA does a lot of poking and prodding, and then gives me my free prescriptions for a year. So we're going to take care of that, and they can be they do a wonderful job, but to try to change down to the Peoria one from the North Chicago one where I was going to, it is somewhat time consuming, maybe I should say, because I have my appointment, in North Chicago, and to get them convinced that I should be able to make the appointment in Peoria doesn't really work that quickly, so but we do carry both the Medicare and I have a supplemental for both of us too. So, if we can't get that worked out where we can come to the Peoria area.
I have the Medicare now also. I got the card, but I've never used it. I I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I also have the FET Blue Cross Blue Shield, retired federal
Yeah,
employee,
yeah,
and VA as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty easy. I mean, it could, because it you know, it makes it much easier for us being on the road. You know, if we do have to use a walk-in clinic or something like that, by having the Medicare and the supplemental, I can go into any one of those you know, those 24-hour drive-in
Yeah,
clinics or something to get whatever it is cleared up.
yeah, urgent care.
And trying to go to a VA facility, you know, somewhere
Right.
on the road, you know. But
Well, you know, the VA facilities too, if they're not your local one, they're difficult to deal with because
that's
they.
what I'm going through the process of right now with Peoria.
Oh, okay.
And
You're not in
that's,
their system for some reason. How can we be ex-military and not be in your system? We're in the VA system. Why can we not be in yours?
yeah,
That doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
And that's why I say, you know, for when we are traveling, it's so much easier just to carry we get ours through the USAA, the supplemental insurance, you know, and basically, you know, we can go into any one of the clinics and never have, you know, between then in those, then Medicare and the supplemental basically pay everything in its entirety then. And every
Yeah,
now and then we get a small bill from somewhere, but when you
Babes in Toyland only has Medicare. Yeah, in Thailand, I can use the VA in Thailand too. It's just that the facility that I choose to use, we're going to live in Surin. So there's a huge hospital in Surin. I'll just go there and get pre-authorization and everything taken care of like immediately as soon as we move there. So they'll have all the information from VA, and um, it's still unclear to me if I'm going to have to pay first and then VA reimburses me, or if they will just bill VA.
yeah,
Anyhow, that's the intention.
yeah. Suren, what part is Suren?
It's kind of in the north middle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Envisioning
about 6
Chiang Mai
hours.
on the map, or Bangkok, and
It's closer to Bangkok. About 6 hour drive.
okay, okay.
I saw you, Judy. I'm assuming Jai may have seen you. I think she saw you. She's pretty on top of it, Judy. No worries.
It looks
So
like
let's
Jeff's
see.
waiting in the house to come in and sing.
I've got some folks here that may. Anybody ready to come sing? Why don't you pop up here, and Dave and Kathy are going to rank us.
Yeah, and actually we can pop out too. It's you know, and but yeah, we like listening to you guys, but you guys wouldn't like listening
Stay
to
as long as you like, Dave. We have room for 10. So until we get to that point, just hang around.
us. Okay.